Hello. Haven't made any videos in a while, and I'm finally back at it. Nothing special today. It's gonna be a video like an onboard camera with a workout that I'm gonna do. It's a VO2 max session. I'm gonna do like 3, 2, 1 minutes efforts 3 times, some zone 3 in the middle, and now it's just a warm-up to get a little bit outside of the busier roads. This year it's a little bit more unusual. I'm already planning a few races. I already ran a half marathon last weekend, so the next one is Millar's Gran Fondo in Castellón in Spain here. 158 kilometers I think, and 2.5-ish thousand meters of climbing, so it's a tough race, but already not the toughest I did so far. And then I'm gonna do Aitana Tour this year again. I was invited actually by the organizers because they saw the previous video of it, which means that of course I'm gonna film everything, and yeah, we're gonna see how they changed the course a little bit. It's still the same area, the same climbs, but in a different configuration. Now I'm going a little bit too fast. So I'm on a different bike already. I'm selling my look. You can see in the description there will be a link to Bicycle if you want to take a look at it. And I moved to an aero bike, to an aero frame, which is about 1 kilo lighter and so much more aggressive. I cannot yet tell like about any magic happening with the speed, but it definitely feels so much faster, and especially a lot more control on the downhills. And there's a lot of trucks today. So I still have about 16 minutes of warm-up, which I will probably cut a little bit short. And yeah, and then I think the majority of the video would probably be some descent from today. So I'm gonna climb up while doing the intervals, and then on the way back down I'm gonna just turn on the camera and capture the whole descending. It's not gonna be super twisty, I think, because yeah, actually if it's gonna be August, then there's another video here, but if it's gonna be another road, then we might see it. And now I feel like sprinting a little bit. Yeah, I'm a weak sprinter. The best numbers I'm seeing are around 850 watts or so. But I'm not sure I can try like full effort, because I'm never doing sprints. Yeah, so some upcoming rides. I'm gonna try filming more. I'm gonna probably do some reviews of the equipment changes that I have. So now I'm riding with a Coros Dura head unit. I mean, there's plenty of everything online, but I think some of the reviews don't cut down to the chase. And then yeah, I'm gonna share maybe some thoughts on what I'm doing with the bike position, because today I'm also trying 37 centimeter handlebars. Thanks to Canyon, I can switch width. But yeah, maybe I can actually talk about it right now. It's my first 15 minutes with 37 centimeter bars. I want to say it doesn't really feel that much different. So of course it doesn't feel like a wide handlebar, but it's not that there's a huge difference in terms of how it feels to ride 37 compared to 39.5 that I had. And yeah, it looked different when I was changing the handlebar width, because when you move the handlebar and you see the marks of the sizing, and it looks like you're moving them by a lot, but then when I put the handlebar tape back on, it actually looks, well, yeah, it looks narrow, but it doesn't look like it's completely different. I would say if I saw only before and after, yeah, maybe you could tell a difference. It's 2 centimeters, but it's not that huge. And when unwrapped and moving the handlebar ends, basically it looked as if they're moving by a lot. I tried to sprint now holding on the drops, and that also doesn't feel like it's very different and very bad. It's just, yeah, it's just the drops that are not super wide. But yeah, I think it's sort of like the road bike is supposed to feel. First block done. Finishing my last interval. So I did a VO2 max block, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and then 2 minute break, and then in between the VO2 max there is 5 minutes of zone 3, which actually today feels like recovery, especially after going zone 5, doing something like middle of zone 3 feels really easy. And now I have another 2 minute break, easy zone 1, and then going again. Zone 5, 3, 2, 1, then 5 minutes zone 3, and then there's gonna be another block with zone 5 intervals, and then just going easy back home. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do all the hard intervals, and then we'll see where I end up. There might be a chance I just gonna turn around and do this descent, which is super nice. It's actually super quick. It's the place where I made my highest speed so far, I think around 80k an hour, because there's a straight road. And yeah, maybe I'll just turn around and do that one back, or I may descend into a gust and do a little bit longer loop, since today it's getting longer days. Another set of VO2 max done. Now I'm resting before the zone 3, and I'm starting to climb the nice places. The VO2 max, it goes interesting. I'm doing 1 minute break, and basically 3 minutes goes strong, but then I think 1 minute is not really enough to recover, so the second interval feels much worse, and then the third one is okay because it's just 1 minute. But yeah, it's very hard. While yeah, I think I can talk on zone 3 as well, so I'm gonna keep rolling this time. I want to share my joy with the brand Sirocco, which is not sponsoring this video, unfortunately, but yeah, but actually it's really nice. It's not as high-end as many others, like, I don't know, like ASOS or the Whereabouts, but it's really nice for the price. I'm really enjoying that I can buy very nice bib shorts for like 100 euros, and then okay quality for maybe like 50 euros. And so the same goes with jerseys and other stuff. So right now I'm rocking their gilet, which actually appeared better than I thought. So I was always using like one from DHB, which was like a Wiggle brand, and it was super nice because it was very, very light, but it was very baggy and it was very loud to actually ride in this gilet. And also yeah, it fit well, but then yeah, it was very baggy. So I think when switching to this bike first, I couldn't notice the speed difference because I started riding it with the gilet on. And so yeah, this one, it fits well, it's not really baggy. And I mean, yeah, of course, consult the sizing chart, etc. But it's yeah, I'm usually M, and that M is fitting as good as usual. And what I like about it is that it's kind of windproof at the front, but then it's mesh all around on the back. So you don't really need to have a gilet that's going across your body from all the sides. It's enough to keep you warm from the front while descending, and then the back is open to let the heat out. And then the bottom part is also interesting because on the back, at the bottom part, it looks like there's 3 pockets, but actually there's 1 pocket in the middle, which is nice because you can fold the gilet into that pocket and then it's compact, but then you can store something kind of on the outside. And then what looks like pockets on the sides is actually just holes right in front of your jersey pockets, so you can get inside to your jersey. And because it's not flappy and because it fits tight, you actually get these holes not flapping around, and when I put my hand inside, it appears to be right in front of where my pocket is. So it's, yeah, it's just a good fit. But yeah, not everything's perfect, of course. So I tried their cycling shoes because I decided that mine need to go. After 4 or 5 years, they just don't really look nice, and they feel a bit not as firm, maybe holding the head, not as firmly holding the foot, not the hand and not the head. And so yeah, so I ordered some Siroccos, which are nylon shoe with a carbon plate under the cleat. So they're kind of making it supposedly best of both worlds. I'm not sure. It feels kind of okay, but the whole shoe is, of course, it's not as firm and stiff as a full carbon shoe. But it's only 90 euros, and yeah, it's actually 100, but you can get it for 90 if you use some discount codes. And because I'm not sponsored by Sirocco, I don't have them. But you can look up for some guys like Jasper, or yeah, maybe someone else like Trace Velo, who are sponsored by Sirocco, and you can just take discount codes from their videos and you would get 10% off. But yeah, but the shoes are not well fitting. So I used their sizing chart. I measured everything super carefully, and it was too small. Like my size 45, which looks like it should be 46. And what's weird about the shoe is that maybe it's just so narrow and short fitting, because although I have a narrow foot, the insoles of the shoes I ordered are exactly the same size as those in my current shoes. So the length is technically exactly the same, but because of the thickness of the insole and because of the shape of the shoe, it just feels, it's just small. So I'm returning that one and I'm gonna try a new size. But what's important for me, and which is what I find quite good about this shoe, is that I need a shoe that opens really wide, because I also want to use them for triathlon. And I don't like the Velcro shoes because I just like to have a nice comfortable shoes that I use for riding and for triathlon. So anything that actually just opens up really wide and uses some boa style of lacing, that will work. And they are exactly like that. So you can open kind of the tongue of the shoe really high up and slide the foot without helping with both hands. Not like there are some shoes from DMT and Physique that look like a sock, and they are very good for just how they sit on the foot, and this is not the case. This is more like it is wider, and then you would need to adjust the laces to fit your foot better, but it does open really wide. So yeah, 40 seconds to go for my last intervals. I think I will leave the camera on this time so you can enjoy the longer ride and some uphills. I think I'm seeing some Garmin radar up front, which is blinking really bright. Yeah. So my heart rate is 153 average, which is quite high, but yeah, it's not really going much down between the intervals. And here we go, zone 5, 3 minutes. I think I'm gonna have to talk a little bit since the camera is on, but yeah, maybe not longer than like 20 seconds. I also want to ease into the interval. Just typically for zone 5 I would start by going like 400 watts, and then it's just too hard too quickly. Maybe now it's going to be easier to stay in the zone 5 because of the gradient. It's going to go up to 10%. And my easiest gear is 30, 36, no 35, 30, which is quite hard compared to the 36, 34 that I had before. I started sweating a lot, and my sweat from the chin is dripping straight into the headset bolt, like right into the bolt cap. Which means, of course, I'm gonna clean it at home, and I'm just gonna tape it over with some electric tape, and everyone's gonna think that I'm going for more aero taping bolts on the bike. But no, I just like to tape the ones at the top where the sweat is dripping. And the last interval to go. And I'm done. There is actually still a climb, like a short one, I think. Yeah, still 1k to go, and the average would be 5%, but I'm gonna just rest this out. So yeah, this is it for the VO2 session. It went really nice actually, because it's yeah, maybe I didn't hit exactly the power of my zones, but I haven't done any tests for a year, and I'm pretty sure that my actual power is lower than what I tested last time. Now I'm gonna eat some jellies from Decathlon, which are they're quite expensive. I mean, more than €1 per piece, but they're good. This is like the joy that you can get from the ride. Just tasting some good stuff. I still have a run to go today, so I'm gonna do recovery quite easy. And then, yeah, the run is actually easy, but with some uphill sections. I think it's gonna be like 6 times 1 minute uphill, or maybe 30 seconds, I don't remember, but not hard. So, well, uphill hard, but you know, not full gas, not sprinting, just strong. Yeah, that's the word. You know, English is not my first language. Yeah, now what I'm trying to get used to doing, but it goes quite hard, is putting out the gilet no-handed, but actually uphill. Like I can't really ride easy uphill no-handed, but on the flats I could already do that. You know what, I'm gonna actually pause for a second, because I'm not rushing for any speed. I'm okay to just stop and stop my gilet for a second. Especially on the downhill, I'm gonna be cold, I think. I want my heart rate to go down to maybe 140 average would be good. Right now it's 155 average, 179 max. And on the sprints I actually did 936 watts maximum, which is more than I expected. And this is despite, or maybe because of the narrow handlebar. And it's February, but it somehow feels like spring is coming. It's still quite chilly, especially in the mornings, but I don't remember sweating as much this year actually. And sweat would be just dripping all over the bike. This roundabout is the turnaround point. I'm not a local, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pretend I'm a decent member of the road action. Yeah, now it's chilly when going faster, and so yeah, I'm gonna go downhill, and yeah, I'm gonna film at least until the bottom. Backwards. That's not what I want. the Gili actually is much quieter on high speed. Now I'm going like 45k an hour, and I don't hear it flopping around. And my back actually feels that it's much colder because it's not really protected from the wind. But for the back it's fine. Like, it's just gonna dry quicker. My head is cold also. One time I was descending here and there was so much gusts of wind that I think right here I got thrown on the opposite side of the road. This bike is much more fun at cornering actually. Fast section. Yeah, so I think the headwind didn't really let me go that fast, but yeah, it's fine. Now I'm just gonna descend back to the town and get back home and onto the run. So yeah, don't forget to sign up and please like this video because I'm back. I'm gonna make more videos and it would be cool to see any action and any response to what I'm doing.